wrote a song called "To Hear Your Voice," and now we're driving up to New York City to give it out to about 300 people. This is Levi, and he's printing out the CD right now, and it's almost done. And the thing.
Yeah, it's looking good.
Is it?
Yeah, except for the problem Thomas is not all the way on the CD. We had to fix that one for the next one.
Cool. We look so like we look like we're in a band or something. Where are we?
This is insane roads.
The roads here are not the greatest. I think we probably might be in New Jersey. They got Pennsylvania. This feels like Pennsylvania. They got awful roads. I mean, just look at the seat action. Look what's happening with the springs here. They're just going up and down. Nice.
Except it'll say problem Thomas instead of OMAS.
From the evergreen treetops of Toccoa, Georgia, to the sandy beaches of Fort Walton, up and through the jungles of Atlanta, back up through the western East Coast, yeah, and to Ohio, where we had a camp, all the way up to Cedar Point, across the Great Lakes to Pennsylvania, up into New York for Niagara Falls, back across New York's countryside, down into Pennsylvania once again, into New Jersey, where we stopped for the night in New Jersey at a very nice hotel. Then we are making our way now through the Lincoln Tunnel into New York City, America's largest city, home of the Yankees, and home of the Muppets Take Manhattan movie, which was an important part of my life, because that's when I learned that frogs and pigs can have a relationship. Doesn't matter if we're different, it just matters if we're sexy.
I've been driving cabs in New York for 47 years. There's one thing I learned.
Speed up, change the lane.
Is the lanes don't mean nothing. They mean nothing. Nobody pays attention to them.
You
just drive. In fact, I'm gonna go over here in the middle of the lane. Who cares? Who really cares? Watch out for the yellow ones though, they don't stop. This here is Washington Square Park. It's a big problem because the road quits, as you can see. As you can see, the road quits. We gotta go around.
Those are yous who aren't paying attention. You're just drinking your pop and you don't know what's happening. That's what's happening.
We're going to New Jersey. We're going to New Jersey. You know where they make them Jersey t-shirts.
So, I know I look like crap because I've been going halfway across the United States, but the girls here still are looking at me from head to toe. That's what I'm talking about. Head to toe in some Soho, you know. Alright, so here's what we're going to talk about. Right now, we headed out the Holland Tunnel, and I just wanted to say that when we first got here, we were going through the Lincoln Tunnel, and I got out all my presidential flashcards to like count them, you know, to see how many that I had. and it was something like 5 honey, you know. So what I did was I took them, and when we got to the toll booth, I put it under my leg so no one could see how much money I had. So we go through the tunnel, and I'm looking in New York, and I'm like, oh, it's beautiful, and I forget, you know, it doesn't connect, you know, the electric signals are just stopped. So what I do is I keep it under my leg, and when I get out at the hotel, open the door, move out my leg, and all the money goes down in the street. So now everybody knows I got 5 honey on the street. And Ron's a nice man, reminds me of Joe Pesci a lot. He comes around, he says, look at all this money! Look at all this money! And so I get the money, and I like put it up, and luckily, I got all the money, you know. And we gave like 15 to Ron for spotting the money. But that's like one of the stories that you have on the road. They're just like little stories that you can tell over coffee. Alright? Okay. Owen's probably gonna brag a lot that he drove through New York, which is complete bragging rights when you're driving a 15,000 feet Suburban. I mean, we're not exactly in the suburbs.
Only in Manhattan is that the winter collection. Only in Manhattan. If you need any movers, there they are. Movers.
I've learned a lot in New York City. When I first got here, I didn't really know what to think. I didn't know how I would like it. I didn't really understand why people wanted to live in this big city. But even after just 2 days of being here, I can see why people just love to live here. It's so busy, and you walk so much, but it's just like you feel like in your day you've accomplished so much, and the days are so long. It feels like we've been here for like a week or two. It's pretty phenomenal. We did a lot. You know, if you lived here, you probably would go to work, and work always makes your day just drag on and on. But if you had a fun job, like if you worked at the Late Show, you know, or if you worked off of Broadway or on Broadway, or if you were the naked cowboy who has just a pair of briefs on and plays his guitar in Times Square, then you might like your job. I don't know.
Camera use prohibited.
What?
Oops. I don't want to break the law and get those guys here with the M16s. Those guys with the M16s are scary.
Again, this is Owen driving underwater, leaving New York City.
2 days of intense walking and intense subway riding and intense people looking at me weird. Like, you're so white. Where do you come from? You have zero Italian in you. That I noticed now.
Still my heart and hold my tongue. I feel my time has come. Let me in, unlock the door. I never felt this way before, and the wheels just keep on turning. The drummer begins to drum. I don't know which way I'm going. I don't know which way I've come.
DC, 7:01 Eastern Time, 02.
Are you who you wanna be? Are you? This is your life. Is it everything you dreamed it would be? When the world is something younger, you got everything to lose. pretty much wraps up all of our stops for our little road trip. And we're leaving out of Washington, D.C. You're staying with some great people, Richard and Kim. Thanks for opening up your house to us. It was cool. Washington, D.C. was cool. It was really hot, and I had to walk a long ways. But other than that, it was neat. Alright, well, we're going to drive back to Atlanta now. Drive on down the road. Alrighty. Bye-bye. We took an alternate off the highway to kind of avoid some traffic. We went through this really amazing little small town. I haven't learned the name of it, but we're in North Carolina. Owen's coming out with some boiled peanuts and a Stewart's root beer. Same thing that I pretty much got. This was only 89 cents. That was only $1. Much different from our $3 waters in Washington, D.C. and New York.
I just got all of this for $2.01.
Let me just tell you something. While you were in there, a lawnmower pulled up to us, and a guy got off of it, and he drove it here. Like,
Is that black guy in there?
Yeah, yes.
Okay, let's park and watch him go away.
Okay, all right.
They call me airborne.
All right.
I used to jump out of airplanes. I'm 82nd, 173rd. I'm retired. I've been retired for about 5 years. I live over here in Calhoun Street.
What town are we in here?
Salisbury.
Salisbury,
North Carolina.
All right.
Good to meet you.
Where'd you come from, huh?
Where'd you come from? Is that yours?
Fine, before he drives off.
Really?
Hurry.
He's up.
See,
Found a random
now,
dog.
Now, I just got a dog.
He just got a dog.
And I'm going to make her or him.
That's a him.
That's the boy.
That's a him.
Yeah, I like that. Him or home.
For McGill's, go Wood. If we can take a left on Woodhaven Boulevard, that'll go up and hit 495.
CDs are coming out.
Who's coming out then? This is third. This fourth will be after this, right? Fourth's on the map. Right here.
That's where fourth is. Crossing right there. No. If the next one is fourth, unless they don't decrease because they're 8 above that. So.
Hey everybody, we're in New York now.